Chapter 35. The surrender of two generals. When he chased Huang Feihu to Lingtong Pass, Grand Tutor Wen was tricked by virtue of the pure void, mistaking his sands for Huang Feihu's party. He rushed back to the capital to protect the palace. How could he have been so easily deceived? The Grand Tutor was a disciple of Mother Golden Spirit at the Green Touring Palace. He was skilled in the art of writing invisibly on metal, wood, water, fire and earth, and could stir up the seas and move mountains. He could predict victory or defeat by smelling the wind and ascertain a situation by sniffing the ground. It was probably because fate already favored West Qi that he made a critical miscalculation. When the Grand Tutor returned, the ministers asked him about his pursuit of Huang Feihu. After he told them what had happened, they fell silent. Even though Huang Feihu got out of Jiaoge, we've got General Zhang Guifang on the left, the Mo brothers on the right, and the 5 passes in the center. All are strong enough to stop him. It's impossible for him to get through of these passes, even if he grows wings. The Grand Tutor thought, though still puzzled over the matter. Just then, news arrived that Xiao Yin at Lingtong Pass had killed Commander Zhang Feng, and Huang Feihu had gotten through. The Grand Tutor did not utter a word. Soon news came from Tongguan Pass that Huang Feihu had killed Chen Tong and gotten through the second pass as well, and before long it was reported that Huang Feihu had killed Chen Wu and gotten through Chuanyin Pass. This was followed by the report that Huang Gun of Jiapai Pass had joined his son and left for West Qi. Finally, a message from Han Rong arrived requesting urgent reinforcements. As he listened to the reports, Grand Tutor Wen became infuriated. I was entrusted by the late king to assist the present monarch, but I never expected that His Majesty would so maladminister state affairs that trouble breaks out everywhere. He thought. First, the East and South dukedoms declared their independence, and now we've lost such an important minister. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to catch up with him and bring him back. It must have been destined by fate. I don't know whether we will prosper again, or whether this dynasty's heading toward complete destruction. Nevertheless, I can't forget the late king's instructions and must fulfill my duty as a minister even if it means sacrificing my life. He silently made up his mind. He ordered that the drums be beaten to summon the generals. Generals, Huang Feihu has rebelled and defected to Jifa. He announced when all were present. This is bound to bring disaster upon us. We must take action at once. What do you think we should do? General Lu Xiong stood up. Grand Tutor Jiang Wenhuan's been fighting us at Yoheng Pass for several years already, and Commander Do Rong's exhausted, physically and mentally. Shun's likewise waged war against us for years, and General Deng Zhougong never gets a good night's sleep. Though Huang Feihu has fled to West Qi, we have only to guard the strategic points. Should Jifa take any action, we've got the 5 passes in the middle, the Green Dragon Pass on the left and the Good Dream Pass on the right. Even with his great talent, what's on Huang Feihu do? You needn't worry, Grand Tutor. As we're already coping with wars on 2 fronts, we mustn't create another one to make more trouble for ourselves. Besides, our coffers are almost empty. We don't have sufficient money, food, or supplies for a new war. As the old proverb goes, only when a general understands when to advance and when to retreat can he bring peace to the state. You may be right, General, but I'm afraid that West Qi might be unwilling to live in peace. We have to be well prepared to meet any emergency. West Qi has a courageous general in Nangong Kuo, an experienced strategist in Sun Yisheng, and Jiang Sheng is versed in magic. It'll be too late to dig the well when we're thirsty. The Grand Tutor argued. If you can't decide what to do, Grand Tutor, you may send 1 or 2 generals to find out the real situation in West Qi. If they intend to take action, we'll attack them at once. Otherwise, we should maintain peace for the time being. General Lu Xiong said again. You're right, General, but who will undertake this mission for me? I'll go, Grand Tutor. I'll find out the real situation and attack them if necessary. Chao Tian volunteered. Grand Tutor Wen gave his consent, and the Chao brothers left for the frontier with 30,000 soldiers that same day. They crossed the Yellow River and marched through the 5 passes, halting near the west gate of West Qi City. Jiang Ziya heard the sudden roaring of cannons. Scouts soon returned with the news that an army had arrived from Zhaoge and had camped near the west gate. He was puzzled. Why did King Zhou send an army to West Qi? He ordered that the drums be beaten to summon the generals. In the Shang camp, Chao Tian and Xiao Lei were also engaged in a heated discussion. We're here to find out what the leaders of West Qi intend to do, but I'm at a loss where to begin. How about a challenge? Chao Tian asked. That seems reasonable, brother. Xiao Lei agreed. He mounted his horse, took his cutlass and rode towards the city, shouting his challenge. Jiang Ziya was still in conference when a guard came in. A general from their camp has given a challenge. Who would like to meet the challenge? Jiang Ziya asked. Let me go, Prime Minister. General Nan Gongquo answered at once. Nan Gongquo took his men out of the city, discovering the challenger to be General Xiao Lei. Take it easy, General Xiao, he called. Why do you come here? By order of His Majesty and Grand Tutor Wen, I've come here to call Ji Fa to account. He has set himself up as a king without the authority of His Majesty, and he has dared to take in that rebel, Huang Feihu. You'd better return to the city and tell your master to bind up the rebel and hand him over to me. Otherwise, the people here will all suffer for these crimes and it'll be too late for you to regret it then. Nan Gongquo smiled. Xiao Lei, don't you know that King Zhou is a wicked tyrant? He slices his ministers to mincemeat, burns them on the burning pillars, feeds them to vile serpents. He took the heart from his uncle to cure Daji's disease, built the Happy Terrace, and insulted the wife of his minister. Yet here in West Qi, my benevolent master rules according to the law. He respects his subjects and enables his people to live in peace and prosperity. We've won the support of 2/3 of the kingdom already. You're simply humiliating yourself coming as the king's representative today. Filled with fury, Xiao Lei spurred his horse forward to slash at Nan Gongquo with his cutlass. Nan Gong met the blow with his weapon. After 30 rounds, Xiao Lei was exhausted, and he was taken alive. He was tied up and brought to the city. When he was pushed before Jiang Ziya, Xiao Lei defiantly refused to kneel. Xiao Lei, why don't you kneel and ask for mercy? Jiang Ziya asked. Xiao Lei glared at him and said sarcastically, You sold flour and wove bamboo baskets, but I'm a ranking general. I'm unlucky to have been taken, but I'm ready to die. How could I be willing to kneel before you? Take him outside and cut his head off at once. Jiang Ziya ordered. When Xiao Lei ridiculed his origins, the generals standing on either side could not help smiling, but Jiang Ziya understood their reaction. Xiao Lei was telling the truth. We know from history that Yi Yin was once a poor tiller of the fields, yet he became prime minister to the first king of the Shang dynasty. Fate destines that some achieve greatness early and others late. He explained and ordered again. Execute him. But Huang Feihu moved forward. Prime Minister Xiao Lei is a loyal minister in that he acknowledges only King Zhou as his master. Let me talk with him and bring him over to our side. He may be useful to us in the future. Jiang Ziya gave his approval. Huang Feihu hurried over and found Xiao Lei kneeling and awaiting his end. General Xiao, he called. When he saw that it was Huang Feihu, Xiao Lei lowered his head in silence. General, why are you so ignorant of the will of heaven and the people? 2/3 of the kingdom already belongs to West Qi. Though King Zhou has the upper hand at the moment, it's just like a cold spell in spring that cannot last long. The whole kingdom knows how wicked he is. The country's now ravaged by war, and his future's hopeless. King Wu, on the other hand, is virtuous. Only he can restore peace to the kingdom. I've retained my princeship under him with only one word changed in my title. It's no exaggeration to say he's as virtuous as Yao and Shun. I did all I could to recommend you to the Prime Minister and beg him for a pardon. He's agreed to let you retain your old position and rank. Don't hesitate, as it may endanger your life." Huang Feihu said earnestly. Chao Lei knew that he was telling the truth. "But I've gravely offended Jiang Ziya. I'm afraid he won't be willing to pardon me. If you agree to come over, I'll guarantee your life. As you're showing me such great favor, I don't dare refuse." Huang Feihu returned to the hall and reported the matter to Jiang Ziya. "It's wrong to execute one who's surrendered." Jiang Ziya said and ordered that General Chao Lei be set free and ushered in. Chao Lei came in and knelt down. "I've uncouthly offended you and deserve to be executed. I'm most grateful that you've so generously pardoned me. Since you agree to come over, we're all ministers in the same government. Bring in your troops now." Jiang Ziya replied. "My brother Chao Tian's beyond the city. Let me go and persuade him to join us." Jiang Ziya gave his consent. Meanwhile, back in their camp, Chao Tian was worrying about his brother. "We're supposed to ascertain the situation, but he's been taken in the very first battle.